Soldiers of Shoot. Soldiers of Shoot.
My fellow soldiers.
Bro, that was incredible.
Welcome to the Soldiers of Shoot YouTube channel. This is Hollywood Edwards.
I'm General Stames.
And this is the Electric City St. Bonaventure.
And here we are with our first ever special show. It is a countdown show. Yes, that's right. As you can tell by the title you read before you pressed play. What we did, the three of us, we came together, we decided to do a top 12, and in this case, which we will explain, a top 13 countdown of entrance themes, pro wrestling, from the years 2010 and up. We will be doing each decade going back to the 80s. This will be a series coming up. This, in particular, will be a 4-part series for the 2010s decade. Joining me is General Stames. Let's bring him in. General Stames, what's up? We got this countdown. We did it. We grueled and slaved over entrance themes for about a week and a half, 10 days. We were writing them down. We're calling each other. We're texting each other. A lot of movement here. What's on your tease me here? Talk to me a little bit about how you approached this idea.
Well, like you said, we went through literally hundreds of songs to come up with our favorite 12. You think that's not a daunting task? Try to do it. It's an amazing task, especially if you actually do the due diligence and listen to the songs, because you'll find songs that you thought would definitely be in your top 12 and realize they're not. And then you'll find songs that you wouldn't even imagined would have been in your top 12 songs. And all of a sudden it's your number one pick.
It's incredible. It's just incredible. An incredible process happens when you start doing this. Let me bring in the Electric City Saint, the logo designer himself for Soldiers of Shoot. And yes, applause. Look at it. It's on your screen. It's beautiful. And yes, t-shirts will be coming. Let's bring them in. The Electric City Saint. Talk to me about how you approached coming with a top 12 wrestling entrance theme song list.
First of all, I want to say this is a long, long time coming. I've been AWOL, literally, from doing any of this type of stuff for a year now, and it's been a long year. And I'm very excited to be back alongside my brothers here where I belong, quite frankly. And this list here is something that I think all three of us really had a hell of a fun time with. Me personally, I did the same exact thing as Stames. I basically listened to hundreds of songs and researched this and basically came up with 25 songs that I thought I really enjoyed the most. And then I narrowed it down to 15. Now, this is where the problem came in because I kind of wanted to do 15 at first. Originally, we were going to do 10. Then we settled on 12, which I think is the perfect happy medium in between. And, bro, it was not easy. Even, I will say this much, it was easier than coming up with my 100 favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, it was in a way.
Yeah, it really was. But in a way, it still was difficult. You really had to put the time into it and think about it. And you also don't want to take it too seriously too. There's a lot of the fun songs that I think made a bunch of our lists that we wanted to include as well.
You and all, you puke! Drop and give me 20, maggot!
General Stames on the mic. In case you're wondering, how did 3 guys come up with a top 12? In this case, 13. I'll explain. What we did, we each individually, Hollywood Edwards, General Stames, the Electric City Saint, we all individually came up with our own top 12 list. Then what we did is we scored points per slot. So we reversed the order. So if you have a song at number 12, it gets 1 point. If you have a song at number 1, it gets 12 points. And we combined our list to make one mega Soldiers of Shoot faction list. Okay. Why 13? Stames, can you explain what happened when we figured out the point totals we got from 1 to 10? Why did we have to add 13?
Well, what happened is the last 2 slots, 11 and 12, it wound up that 3 songs were tied at the end after number 10. So we just went ahead and included all 3. So where we promised the top dozen, we decided to give you a baker's dozen for this particular era of 2010 through 2019.
Electric City Saint, when you decided which song would go over, I guess you can say, what did you take into consideration here? Did you just base it on the music itself, or did anything else go into play?
I based it around basically the songs that I really liked and how good I thought the musically the song was. But also I picked songs that I felt like really, they added a little extra to like the wrestlers' entrances and really helped get them over a little bit.
General Stames, you basically agree with that, right? I mean,
I do, yeah. I looked for songs too. I gave extra points for something that really worked with the gimmick. If it was a song that went along with the gimmick, I thought that was kind of special. If it was a song that the crowd really seemed to get into, I gave that a little special too. But in all, I mean, when I was done, I still had 12 songs that I enjoyed listening to.
Right, and I would absolutely agree with that. I think that's another factor I put into was the crowd interaction and how you're able to. The song was able to enable like the crowd to interact with the entrance itself.
And if you do find yourself listening to this show and then coming back and then coming back and then coming back and listening to the entire series, which we will do normally 3 songs per episode, you will then get the bonus content. And what is the bonus content? It will be a show. It will be us talking about how we got there. As a matter of fact, we just recorded it. And it is about an hour and a half of the 3 of us combining our lists. So you will hear exactly how we came up with this top 13 list.
Yeah, and absolutely don't miss that show because that was fun, and I mean fun to record. And I think there was a lot of fun moments in that show.
All right, 2010 to now, 2019. Number 13. This was a song that was on my list, and it was fairly high because it actually made the cumulative list with the points. And that is number 13 on the Soldiers of Shoot countdown. Marty Scurll, One True Villain. ROH theme. It was made by Hot Tag Media. This was on my list, and let me tell you why, fellas. Okay. Marty Scurll, though he has only been not only even popular, but active for a few years here. And I'm talking, I mean, this guy's a baby to the business. Because he is so over. And I think the entrance and the song have a lot to do with that. It's got a dark vibe. It says exactly who he is, and who that is, I don't even think he's sure, 100%. But it's got that Clockwork Orangey feel to it. It's dark, okay? And, of course, he's wearing the bird mask. He's got the hat. He's got the umbrella, the villain, all of it. I think it's a perfect package, and I think the song represents he and his package very well. I think in a few years, honestly, that this guy is going to be huge. He's probably going to lead the Bullet Club at some point. He's probably going to be an ace in Japan. He's going to be offered 7 figures from Vince McMahon as his company is slowly dying in about 5 years. And I don't know. And I think a lot of it has to do with the song, honestly, the whole package. What do you guys say about my choice? Slot number 13, Marty Scurll.
I like the pick, honestly, and I really like Marty Scurll. The problem I have with the song, though, why it didn't make my list, and I believe this is the same reason it didn't make Stames' list, it feels like there's this big build-up, and then there's nothing there. It's like it sounds like it's leading towards something, but it never comes or something, like as goofy as that sounds.
And that's interesting. The
thing, though, too, I really do like darker themes like this, and it fits him, but I just personally don't really like the track that much.
I was going to say that's interesting because Hollywood, that's actually one of the things that led you to this song. You liked the fact that it was this song that kind of felt like it was leading somewhere but stayed within.
Yes, that's exactly why I love it. It's this build-up, and it just hangs. There's no real payoff, and I'm glad they did it that way, and I hope they don't mess with it, because I think he already has a newer theme out. But so help me if they start adding in dun, 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 because that is just, it's so overused, and it ruins so many theme songs. It's perfect the way it is. Leave it alone. It totally screams his gimmick, as it is. Anything else on Scurll before I play the number 13 song? I think this is a good song to kick off the countdown, too.
Yeah, me too. I'll say this much, too. I agree with exactly what you just said, Hollywood. I kind of feel like I hope they don't mess with this and just add all kind of like guitars or whatever the hell else to it, because I personally feel like it doesn't sound generic like a lot of wrestling entrance theme sounds. It's really unique, and I think, you know, for a character like him, I think having a very like unique sounding entrance theme really helps for him. And I think one thing I'd like to say too, that I don't think I notice every single time I hear the song, there's a lot of layers to this song. There's a lot going on with this musically.
You know what I just realized? We initially wanted to do a top 12, and there was a 3-way tie. This song is number 13.
Lucky 13.
Interesting.
And this is Friday.
Oh, it is.
No, it's not. It's
So that was 13, Marty Scurll, One True Villain. Number 12, I'm going to pass this to the single person that had it on his list. And that is the Electric City Saint. I'll let you do the honors. Go ahead.
Number 12, we got our first WWE track. We got Rising Sun, Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance theme by CFO $. And, bro, I'm actually really surprised that this did not make anybody else's list, because here's a case where the entrance music really helps contribute towards getting him over it, in my opinion. It's just so catchy and memorable. And honestly, I would hazard to say that if he had a different theme in WWE, the dude's just that good that he's going to get a reaction no matter what. Let's face reality. But I think if he had a different entrance theme, I don't quite think he'd be getting the reactions that he was. The entrance theme that he has, it just really adds a whole nother dimension to Nakamura as a character. It's just so well done, and you know the way that the fans sing along to it is just so fun, and it really like encourages crowd interaction. And that was something that, you know, Marty Scurll's theme also had too, like with the whoop whoop, like a fans, like it's fun, you know. But what I really liked so much about this is that CFO, they really nailed this Japanese influenced sound with the inclusion of that violin they got going. It's so weird because it sounds sorrowful, but it's also intense and uplifting at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Here's my take on this song, and I'll say it really quickly. As a pre-WWE Nakamura fan, when he got signed and I heard that they were pushing him like, as an artist type, gimmick, if you will, the strange Japanese guy, artist, I actually thought that maybe his theme song would have been a little bit like Marty Scurll's. And the song that he came out with the violin, I mean, it's cool when the guy's out there playing the violin, but for me, the song is just kind of like, Despite the fact that the crowd is singing it, they would have sang anything, any kind of melody, they would have sang it. I think it's just to be honest.
I'm surprised you say that too, because I know you and me are huge music fans, and I think bro, there's just so many little nuances and layers that you might not even notice, like if you really focus on this track, and it's incredible how it all comes together just to create the ultimate package. I mean, there's even a video, if you guys would like to see it, to check that out after you watch this, that they actually show a video of them, how they produced the track and how they all put it together. It's very interesting to watch, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm trying to. My mom said when I was a kid, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Bro, out, dude. Just pretty much don't pull any punches. You might as well.
Yeah, give us at least one reason. Like what? What is it?
I don't know. When I listened to it, I felt like it was because he's such an international star. I guess I expect it more. Now, they do what you would think Vince McMahon would do with a Japanese wrestler, and I just feel like it somewhat was underwhelming for what a star Nakamura is.
That's actually a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I think that's what I meant by the artist thing. I expected bigger, like it's hard to explain.
Though I will say this though, it's not perfect, because my only knock against it, and it's also a knock against a lot of the newer WWE entrance themes that have been coming out from this era. They're so repetitive, and they loop after a minute or two, as opposed to like sounding like a quote unquote real track. And I mean, I guess you could say this. You could argue that the first minute and a half or so, that's all that matters for an entrance theme. So I guess I'm kind of nitpicky about it. But I think as an actual full track, like if you were to sit down and listen to it, it does loop after a little bit, so it kind of can get boring. Number 12, Rising Sun.
the number 11 song. And in actuality, these three songs that we are hearing, The New Day, The Rising Sun, and the Marty Scurll song, they were all tied. But The New Day, here's why I picked the song. Well, first of all, I picked the song because I think it is a catchy song. It was very over with the fans. The New Day won in 2015 the best gimmick of the year, according to Wrestling Observer. Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Which means nothing, but go ahead. F. Meltzer.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated named The New Day the tag team of the year in 2015 and 2016. Their merch sales are off the charts. They're making Vince McMahon was only a millionaire before The New Day came around. Now he's a billionaire.
They make their own cereal. I mean, come on.
They make their own cereal, bro. They're the longest reigning tag team champions in the history of the WWE. And here's something that's funny. When they came in, they had them gimmicked as a black gospel type character. And they were going to be preaching this power of positivity. And their hope was, the WWE was hoping that this gimmick would get them X-Pac heat, which did happen for a little while. They were faces, and at first the fans didn't know how to take them, but it didn't take very long until the fans actually very organically took to The New Day, and they got over big time. This song with the choir. Now, this is the 2016 through 2018 version. They have this choir in there, this black gospel choir. They have the vintage Hammond organ playing, and it just takes me back to my old Sunday school days of hearing this music. And every time I hear it, I get goosebumps just from that Hammond organ and that choir singing in the background. I love the song. You guys want to add anything to it?
Yeah, I will say I've enjoyed The New Day for as much as I don't like WWE on a regular basis. I never really hated the guys. I still enjoy the act that is them. Though, however, it was me, story for another day. If it was me, I would probably turn Kofi heel and beat the crap out of him and then push him. But, because that would be interesting. But, yeah, I'm okay with this pick being on, representing. Like, that's the one thing. Because we had our three individual lists, I'm looking down this list. Rising Sun, okay, you know. But New Day, I definitely don't have a problem with, even though it wasn't on my list. Just wanted to say that.
Bro, the Freebirds, Michael Hayes picked The New Day to induct them into the Hall of Fame. I mean, bro, what else can you say?
Yeah, it's pretty cool if you get to induct Doc Hendricks into the Hall of Fame. Saint, give us your take on New Day, and then we'll.
I'm happy with this pick because it didn't make my list or Edwards, but it's a very fun song. I think it really works with their gimmick. It really is. The fans could really have fun with it, clapping around to it and singing the song. I think honestly, it's one of the better ones from WWE in recent years, I would say. I love it. Good pick.
All right.
Thank you, Saint.
Let's get to it. What is the title of this song? Does it have a title?
I think
it's called New Day, New Way.
There you go, yep.
Here it is. Number 11, New Day, New Way.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. thinks everything's wrong and the pressure is on, that's when it's time to be strong. Just look in the mirror and wipe your face. Step up to the plate, cause it's time to be great. So come on and embrace the new day. Come on and live life a new way. Don't stop till you reach the top, and while them haters keep hating, you'll be winning a race. You gotta believe you can get it. Open your eyes and see your dreams and the dreams from a hope and a wishing. We are the privileged. Through faith, all things are possible. And with the power inside, ain't no stopping you. We won't hesitate to fight for a better day until we inevitably claim our victory. No more time for depression and stressing. Prepare despair with the power of blessing. No fear in here. We use faith as our weapon for the new day, new way with no half stepping. Stop looking for who you gotta be. Let it go. It's got one.
Guys, here we go. Number 10. This was not on my list, but it was on Edward's list, and it was on Stames' list. It's Michael Bennett's WWE theme, True Love.
Yes. And I gotta say, I was worried that this would not make the list. But I know some people are cheering me right now. They're cheering Hollywood. They're in the Hollywood squad officially because I love True Love. Here's the thing, you haters. It's not Bennett's fault, and it's not Maria's fault. Well, actually, maybe it is because she got pregnant. Okay, let me rephrase. They didn't know what to do with this. This song was so good and perfect and cheesy and 80s power ballad and heel that it was obnoxious. It would have been perfect. They should have pushed Bennett to the moon. Even if Maria got pregnant, they still should have continued on. But they didn't. And that's unfortunate for us that likes gimmicky wrestling as in their theme songs. I think this song is incredible. Incredible. It's damn near perfect for a heel couple.
Yeah, gimmick-wise, I don't know how you could do better. If you listen to the song and the words of the song, I mean, it's sickening. If this is a heel power couple, this will sicken the crowd. To watch them come down the ramp and to hear this song, it would be absolutely sickening, which is what makes it fantastic.
Yes.
I truly think it is the WWE's best gimmick work they've done in the last 10 years. I don't know. You name the song that they've done better. It's got, like Jeff said, the power ballad instrumental, the glam. In fact, you know what? Let me read this. A YouTube comment from Ghouls96. He says, the power ballad instrumental, the glam metal guitar solos, the cheesy vocals, this is the best theme in WWE today. I agree with Ghouls96.
Absolutely. Ghouls96, if you're out there, give us a subscribe because we don't have any. Let's do it.
You can be first, Ghouls. We just put you over.
Electric City Saint, what is your take on True Love?
I love the pick, man. I honestly, I kind of wish we made it 3 for 3 and it made it on my list, but it just, for me, it wasn't strong enough because I love everything about it. Like he said, I love, it sounds like the perfect, like 80s power ballad, like Poison type, something they would put out. The only thing I don't like about it is it loops too much. I kind of wish they added more lyrics to it and made it like a full track. It would be perfect. And it honestly, as it is, it's perfect. It fits Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis perfectly to a T. And it's a shame that we probably won't be hearing it that much more, because from the sounds of it, they ain't too happy about being in WWE right now.
Yeah. Yep.
There's probably a lot of people like that. Like maybe Doc and Carl, and I don't know. Even I'm hearing some rumors about AJ Styles even not being really thrilled right now. So
let's hope. Let's hope. So this is number 10. Mike Bennett, Maria Kanellis, True Love.
Burning up in your love.
Quick recap: 13, Marty Scurll; 12, Shinsuke Nakamura's Rising Sun; number 11, New Day, New Way; and number 10, Bennett and Kanellis, True Love. This is the first part in our series of 2010's entrance theme songs. Accumulated, 3 individuals coming together, 1 faction. This list represents the 3 of us. First show in the books, fellas. Saint, how do you feel?
I think it was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed putting this list together with you guys and figuring out how we're going to put it all together. And I think it came out perfectly, honestly. No, there's no bad songs in this at all.
General Stames.
I thought it was a fantastic first show. We had a great start to our top Baker's Dozen here. And listen, if you're out there listening to this show and you got a comment about one of these songs, shoot us a what are they shooting us, bro?
They're shooting us a comment. I know.
Shoot us a comment down there on the YouTube. And let me just tell you, if it's True Love that you don't like, if you just hate that song, let me tell you right now, if you dislike that song, you, my friend, have never been loved.
Burning up. You've never burned up in love.
Mm-mm.
We are the soldiers of Shoot. He is the Electric City Saint. Follow him on Twitter at Steamtown Stunna. The guy on the other side, the general, the big man, the guy that we take orders from. General Stames. Tweet him at DJ Stames on Twitter. And myself, Hollywood Edwards. Tweet me at Blading for Truth. Tweet the faction at Soldiers of Shoot. And keep your eye out. Maybe we'll be adding another faction member here any minute. Subscribe, follow, tweet us, comment, do it all. Stames, you were about to say.
Dismissed, maggots.